It's a good way. One moment, my producer. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2.
I know. Don't shoot the messenger. I know you looked at my title, but I changed the title because we're going to do something different tonight. Of course, I wanted to teach you guys on how I'm using Index Universal Life to save a down payment for my son. But of course, I want to address the elephant in the room. I see a lot of people reaching out saying, I told you the market's going to crash. I told you you shouldn't have bought a home. Tonight, I want to address the haters and address what's really concerning everybody besides Index Universal Life is, did I overpay for my house? Should I have waited? What is the Fed doing? If they're trying to crash the market, why don't I just wait it out? What's going on, guys? My name is Min Win with What's a Mortgage. Welcome to my channel. The goal of our channel is to simplify home ownership. If it's your first time tuning in, do me a huge favor. Hit that subscribe and notification button so you're notified every time we go live or post new content. We go live every Monday night on Facebook and YouTube at 9 o'clock. Tuesday night on Instagram, and every Saturday morning on TikTok and Instagram at 10 a.m. Also, this is an interactive live show, so ask a lot of questions. Leave your questions in the comment after the show. We'll go ahead and answer those questions, all right? So I want to address 3 things tonight. Number 1, did you overpay? Should you have waited? Number 2, what do payments look like right now? Of course, as the inflation came out last week, we're at 8.6%, right? A little bit higher than the prior month of 8.3%, and everyone is freaking out, especially the stock market. They think the Feds are going to raise the Fed rate, not 0.5% on Wednesday, but I think 0.75 or 1%. That's why you see everyone dumping their stocks right now. Okay, because everyone thinks something is coming in that's going to hurt everybody, right? But it needs to happen. And last but not least, there's one thing that they slipped it out on Sunday and no one's talking about. I'm talking about no one's talking about it, right? That I think we're in for a hurting. So if you have an opportunity to buy before this tidal wave hits, it's going to prevent you from having even a higher mortgage payment, right, guys? So before we go back in time, I want to talk to you guys about something. So as you guys know, the Feds increased the rate. I mean, not Fed, but inflation came in 8.6%. So the Feds have nowhere to go. There can't be a soft landing. They're going to have to crash the market. And as you saw today, interest rates went up. We were at 5.5, 5.6 on Friday, and now we're at 6.5%. Okay? 6.5%. A lot of realtors, a lot of lenders didn't realize by 1 o'clock we were at 6.5%. I did a morning rate update, but it changed. As the 10-year bonds kept hiking up higher and higher and higher, mortgage rates start skyrocketing, and some people might not qualify. Will this cause real estate to crash? We haven't seen it yet. Right? But there are speculations because there's still a lack of inventory out there. People need to buy homes. Today, we actually had more mortgage applications than we've had in the last couple of days. I was surprised. I thought today I was going to wave the white flag. But people are determined to get a home before payments get out of control. Okay. But of course, the question before anyone did an application, well, my friend says he might regret, or he or she might regret buying a house. Will I regret it also? Okay, so let's rewind and look at 2021. Okay, if you bought your home before 2022, especially 2021, that's where I think people feel most uncomfortable. If you bought it 2020, 19 and lower, your mortgage payment today is cheaper than rent for your home today. Not rent back then, today. If you bought a home under $800,000, if you look up the rent in your area today, that rent should be higher than your mortgage payment. That's why I don't see a lot of people selling their house and dumping it. Okay, even if they get into a tight position, they're going to do everything they can to keep that house because that mortgage payment is cheaper than renting a house in their area today. So let's look at it, $600,000. Okay, so let's say you bought a home for $600,000. 5% down, 740 credit score. For all the haters out there, I got the APR on here, 3.167. Interest rate was 3% in 2021. Out of pocket was $42,000. $42,000, okay? So principal, interest, tax, insurance, your payment was $33.37. So if you bought a home before 2022 on a $600,000 home, you paid $33.37. Pretty good deal, right? Did you overpay? I'm going to show you the numbers. You tell me. Remember, $33.37. Okay, was it worth it? Do you have buyers or not? Maybe after the Feds crashed the market, I might have gotten a better deal. I should have waited. Well, let's look. So, to keep the payment at $33.37, remember, rates are about 6.5%. The purchase price, if you bought a home before 2022, let's say the home was $600,000, it's worth more now. Prices haven't dropped yet. But for prices to drop, rates have to stay the same or go up. You know what? And I'm going to make rates stay the same. I'm not going to even increase rates, right? If we don't increase rates, will prices drop significantly? We don't know. But here we go. If you bought a home for $600,000, home prices have to drop $440,000. So you ask me, if your home today went for $440,000, how many people would come out of the woodworks to buy that house? How many investors will buy that house? So if you bought a home in 2021 for 600 grand, or even probably you bought it before, you're even in the better position, right? But you bought it in 2021, before 2022, the price would have to drop to $440,000, okay? 5% down, rate 6.5%, APR 6.706. So your out of pocket is about $31,000. The difference is about 10 grand or 12 grand. So if you would have bought it at the 600,000, 5% down in closing costs, $12,000. So you are losing $12,000. Is that a big deal? Or do you feel safe that you're in your house? Okay. That's one thing only you would know. 12,000 to have certainty. I'd rather go with the certainty. Then look at how much you would pay in interest. Compare this 440,000. Use your amortization schedule, right? So 440,000, 5% down. Today's rate 6.5%, right? You're gonna save $12,000 out of pocket, but look at the payment, $33.26. Prices would need to drop 27%, 27% just to match what you bought it for before 2022. So did you lose out or not? Only you know. Let me know in the comments below, right? Prices would have, so for you to even save more money, prices would need to drop more than 27%. You ask yourself, if your home from 600,000, probably worth more now, right? Hasn't come down yet. But if rates stay at 6.5 and people start falling off, unemployment, all that stuff, prices would need to drop 27% for you to feel like, you know what, I overpaid. $12,000, up to you. To me, certainty means more. But you would need prices to drop 27% just to have the same mortgage payment. And in the day, unless you're paying cash, and I keep saying this, if you are a cash buyer, you're in a different position. You can wait it out. Yes, right? If it's cash, if you don't have to finance anything, of course, you want to buy the dip. But if you have to finance something, if there's a dip, that means rates are up to borrow money to buy that asset. Okay? So that's where you're at. If you would have waited, you would need prices to drop more than 27% to feel that, hey, I might have overpaid. So you bought before 2022, I think you're safe. You bought 2020, 2019, 18, you're solid, right? The biggest scare is 2021. So how about now, right? So let's compare 2022. Okay, what does it look like now in 2022? So we answer that. Most likely, you didn't overpay. Okay, 2022. Before Friday, rates were at 5.625 on a $600,000 purchase, 5% down. Okay. If you would like to see more payments, give us a call, 714-790-9697, or you can DM us, right? Hey, Min, I want to see the new rates. I want to see the new payments. Okay. So definitely, if you want to see a comparison, you want a loan estimate, you have a loan estimate you want us to beat. Most likely no one's beating any loan estimates that locked before Friday. Okay. So But if you get a new one, you want me to find you a better deal, always message us. So 600,000, right? 5% down, 5.625 before Friday. Payment was 42.15. So 42.15 was the payment. Okay. So if you bought, but of course things have changed. How much has it changed? Will you overpay? The new one, 600,000, 5% down, rate 6.5%. Payments $4,500. So your payment changed about $300 with rates shooting up 1%, almost 1%, right? 5.625 to 6.5. So your payment went up $300. So is that going to make and break people leave the market? We do not know yet, right? Well, you're just saying that because you're a salesperson. I don't know myself. Right? I'll tell you today, there's more people that called in the app than I've seen in the last couple of days. I think the fear is getting to people, right? So right now, prices have not come down. Rates are at 6.5%. If you're in a metropolitan area, prices have not come down. If you're in an area where it might not be metropolitan, might not be highly condensed, yes, you might see a dip because gas prices are out of control. People aren't willing to drive further to go home after work if it's too expensive because of gas. People are moving further away because they were saving money on the payment, but now with gas prices being up, there's no savings. So if you were buying out of your area to save money, it's not worth it right now. So you're seeing small declines in those areas, right? But you don't see a crash. If it's priced right, it will still sell. The average home closed in about 15 days up until yesterday, on Friday, right? I mean, got into escrow in 15 days. That can change. Remember, it's healthy. It is healthy if the market turns a bit. Would I want it to turn? Yes, but I don't see it turning to the direction or the situation that everyone wants, this 30, 40% turn. And if it did, for it to drive down 20, 30%, payments are going to have to be out of control because it's not going to come. Well, people are going to get laid off with this, with the stock market crashing, unemployment is going to go up. Remember, we do not know who is going to own a home, who owns a home, and we don't know who doesn't. So if you own a home, remember, if you bought before 2022, most likely your mortgage payment is cheaper than rent. And if you cannot find a new job, you have unemployment. Remember, guys, forbearance was around before COVID. So the difference with the COVID one, you did not have to show proof of hardship, which they should have made you do, right? So the real forbearance, you have to show proof of hardship. If you've had forbearance in the past, I don't know if they're gonna let you ask for get it again. Okay, so you definitely have to reach out to your servicer. If you have an FHA, VA, or USDA loan, HUD has a loss mitigation department that will help you for 12 months. There's a reason why you pay the upfront and that monthly MI on FHA. VA has something as well. Definitely reach out, get prepared if you feel like your job is not inflation proof or is not recession proof. But yes, recession is coming. Remember, out of the 6 recessions, only 2, there's been a decline in market. And the 2008 was the heaviest one. But out of the 6, four of the recessions, property values actually went up. Okay, so that's where we are at right now. So if you are thinking in your head, did you overpay? No. Are you thinking in your head now, should I pull back? I'm gonna tell you why I don't think you should back. Payments did go up. Remember, we printed so much money. Another thing I was wrong about, right? I'll admit when I'm wrong, right? We did not print 40% of our currency in the past 2 years. I was completely wrong. We printed 40% of our currencies from 2000 to 2001. We printed another 40% from 2001 up to 2002. So we printed 80% of our currency in the last 2 years. So that means for every $100 you have in your pocket, $80 of that did not exist before 2020. That's a crazy thing to put into, what do you call it? What's that thing? Perspective. I put into perspective. The $80, for every $100 you have, $80 did not exist before 2020. That's why prices and payments are so propped up. But that money is out in the economy right now. So do I see prices coming down? I I think I can see it coming down now. Not, I don't know for sure, but I can see it flattening out and maybe coming down. But do I see payments? No. Everything is so propped up because we printed so much money that we might not have needed, but we just kept printing and printing and printing. There's almost $21 trillion circulating in the United States. Before 2020, there was only $4 trillion. So if you are in a position to buy, pray to God that if you're in escrow, your seller doesn't back out because rates are going up and they back out and then you're out searching for a home again. If you have locked your rate in, I would push through. If you still qualify, you might have a chance to get a better deal right now because sellers are getting spooked. Remember, sellers don't have to sell, and the ones that have to sell or want to sell, I'm sure they're leaving whatever area they're in, or they're upgrading and they have tons of equity. If they took an L on 10 grand, 20 grand, they probably don't care. Before you do a price reduction, I would try to use that money, buy down the rate, buy out the PMI, use it to your benefit. Don't drop the price 10 grand. You're not going to really feel a dent. Take that money, cover closing costs. If you are a buyer and you still qualified after Friday, you're like the golden goose walking around, right? So people are going to go like, dude, this person qualified in the 6th. What do you need, right? I don't think they're going to drop their pants and drop prices and give you all these sellers concessions, but there is wiggle room right now. So if you do qualify and you are buying with payments, if you're buying cash, chill out. If you're coming with 30% down or more, chill out. But if you're doing that 100% financing, 3%, 3.5%, 5, 10, up to 20, it's not going to make a difference because rates are so high. So if you can get into a house, get in the home. And I would get it sooner than later, right? So I'm going to tell you the last reason why you should buy now. Payments I think are going to go up really high before they get better. Okay. Some people are, you know what? I'm just going to wait for payments, for prices drop. A lot of people won't qualify when prices drop because payments will be so high. So in 2007, right? I got out of the market in 2007 before the hard crash of 08, right? Banks were shutting down. I think it was the month of October 2007 or 2000, I think it was October 2007, right? In October 2007, there for 1 week, there was no one buying mortgage-backed securities on Wall Street. No one. So banks were holding on to all these loans they funded, but they can't go out and fund new loans because they have a bunch of loans they funded, but no one's buying it. It's like you have this bag of apples, and for you to go out and pick new apples, someone's got to buy all these apples. But if you cannot get rid of these apples and people start asking for more orders, you're going to have to raise the price on apples to scare everybody off. So that's what happened in 2007. No one bought homes. And guess what happened on Sunday? As mortgage-backed securities go, no bid. No one bought there was no appetite to buy mortgage-backed securities on Friday. Of course, today's a different day, but the reason why they're not buying it, let me break it down for you. Most mortgage rates that closed last week or the week before, last couple of weeks, are rates in the 5s. Well, if inflation's at 8.6%, right, and they thought it was coming down, now they can tell this inflation is not coming down, right? They were banking, you know what? I'll buy a mortgage-backed security. I'm in the 5s, but eventually inflation will come down. I will make money. But if interest rates are paying, let's say 5.3%, right, to make my number, 5.6%, right? Rates were at 5.62, but inflation's at 8.6, you're down 3%. If you're an investor, would you buy mortgage-backed securities knowing that inflation's not coming down? Most likely not. That's why a lot of people are like, you know what? Let me keep my hands off of buying MBSs. So a bunch of banks are sitting with a bunch of loans right now that they have to unload soon. If they don't unload these loans, there's no more money, or there's not enough money to keep funding new loans. So they will increase rates. With the Feds increasing rates to stop inflation, with quantitative tightening, right? With their monetary policies where they're letting their books run off on mortgage-backed securities and on mortgage bonds. And now with this, it's like 3 tidal waves hitting people. So rates are going to be up in the next couple of months. So if you have a chance to get in on something, do a 1-year lock, do a 6-month lock, still get your house, I recommend you do it because their payments are going up. right? So that's where we're at right now. Hopefully this information helps you out. I wanted to really attack the situation that we're in right now. I'll talk about Index Universal Life another day, but let's recap. Number one, did you overpay before 2022? The answer is no, unless you count that $12,000 as a big L. I look at it giving you certainty, because how many houses can you buy right now, right? Rates are continuing going up. So is it worth paying $12,000 to have certainty that you got your house? Right? And prices would have to dip 27% to have the payment where it was before January 2022. So you did not overpay. And we saw now payments went up about $300. So if you have a chance to lock in a rate a year long right now, I would definitely do it. I wouldn't gamble, okay? You want to shop knowing that your payment is not going up. And last but not least, the longer you wait it out, payments will rise. Remember, we printed a bunch of money. Okay. Also, on top of that, they're not buying MBSs right now. So banks are going to hike rates even higher on top of what the feds are doing. Hopefully this information helps you out. If it did, do me a huge favor and reshare this video. Also, please tag someone that you know that is looking to purchase a home so they know what is the good. All right, guys, let's get some Q&A here. Man, was that good information? Let me know. If you enjoyed the content, let me know below. Hopefully, I'm sweating like crazy right now. This fan's like not even do me good. Hopefully, I'm sharing you guys information not a lot of lenders will get into or have the, I'm not saying, I'm not want to bash anybody, but a lot of people give you, tell you what's going on, but they don't give you their advice on their opinion. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm just giving you my opinion, what I think is going to happen based off the data. Hopefully, it's information that you don't hear from a lot of other people regarding MBSs. I do my best to do my research. That's why when people clown me, I get a little butthurt, not gonna lie, because I put a lot of time and effort to keep you guys in the know on what's going on. All right. See here, what up, Bernie? How you doing? Bernie was first. What up, Josephine? What's up, Joe Lou? See here, Alfredo. How probable is for the recession to drop real estate market 20%? I don't see it. I don't see it dropping 20%. Like I said, $1 million home would drop to 800 grand. It would be hard to see. An $800,000 home would drop to 660. It would be really hard to see that happen. 5%, 10%, maybe. But remember, the more it drops, more investors will come in and buy up these homes. Okay. Chris, is it better to buy now or wait? If you are buying cash, I would wait. If your down payment is bigger than 30% down, I would wait. But if you finance, the longer you wait, the higher payments are going to rise. For everyone who didn't believe me, what happened the last couple of years? Every month or every year, payments went up. So if prices do dip, where will rates have to be? Could you afford a higher rate? You tell me. If you can, then wait it out. Like I said, prices haven't even come down yet, and rates are in the six. Well, we're going to find out in the next couple of weeks, right? Rates are in the mid sixes. Can this bring down prices, right? Where is inventory right now? All right, guys. Planning to buy a house, but don't know how to start with. Not enough savings to start, down payment. What should we do or plan for the first time home buyer? Japoy, if you want more answers for that, please go ahead and reach out to us, 714-790-9697. You can always DM us. And what we do, Japoy, is that we ask you what your goals are, where you're looking to buy, and run the numbers. Make sure the numbers make sense for you before and set a game plan so you can do what's best for you and your family. Hopefully that helps you out. Gus, this is why I wish my income was it at what it was now back in 2020, early 2021. Jason, is 20% down worth it? I would not put 20% down. If you have 20% down, I would put 12.5% down right now, right? 12.5% down, use 0.5% to buy out the PMI and 2% to buy down the rate. Okay. Some people, they like arms right now. If you have 10% down or more, I would do a 15-year, do 10% down or 15% down and do a 10-1 arm or 7-1 arm. I would do an arm right now. Okay. Yes. Upstairs. Sorry, that was my son. Israel, what's going on? Woo! Israel got good right there. Oscar, what's going on? Elena, I bought in 2021. How will that affect my, I bought in 2021, 500,000, 2.89 interest rates with mortgage, nothing. If rates go up, your payment's locked, Elena, as long as you got 30-year fix. Hi. So me and my husband are going through the pre-approval process of buying our parents' house. They're selling it to us for less than it's worth, gifting us an equity. The loan would be $500,000. We're doing a 10-1 arm or something, and the monthly mortgage payment is 31, blah, blah. Does that sound right? Yeah, sounds about right. What I would do, Brittany, don't do it as a purchase. do it as a refinance. You might get a better, cheaper closing cost if you do it as a refinance. It all depends. I would need to see the full situation, but try to do it as a refi. On a purchase, closing costs on 500 grand is probably going to cost you what? Let's say about eight grand or something like that. You do it as a refinance, it's probably going to cost you what? 3 grand? Hopefully that helps you out. Also, remember, if it's in California, that you take care of the information so you inherit your parents' property taxes. Thank you, Isaac. Thank you, Shane, Joseph, Oscar. Thank you. Great info always on your show. Thank you so much, Joseph. What's going on, Minnie? Were you able to purchase? We were able to purchase and be 90% ready for paperwork and money because of your information on TikTok. Thank you so much, Minnie. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Israel, I would love a bigger or rental home. I refi 183 home now, 1220 for 20-year fixed, 2.875 and now value. Should I wait? I would leave that alone. I would get out an equity line of credit, Israel, to buy your rental or go bigger. With that rate and that payment, I would leave that alone. Okay. Sell or refi with home equity. I would refi. I would get a line of credit. If you have a low rate, get a line of credit, Cal. Guys, if you have equity, get a line of credit. Keep your first loan, keep the rate. Keep it unless you really have to refi, but I would try not to, okay? Locking rates, is that expensive? No, I think it's worth doing a rate lock right now, especially where rates are at. I don't think we can refi because the parents are separated and they each want money. Yeah, you can do it. It depends on how much equity they're giving you. If they go up to, if you get 20% of the equity, then you can do it as an 80% cash out and cash everybody out, or you can just do it as a purchase if you want. But if you do it, remember, they're going to go off the new purchase price. If you go off the refi, you got that lower purchase price as well. Okay. Hopefully that helps you out. All right, guys. Thank you so much for everyone who watched our show. Please do me a huge favor. Please hit the follow button. And if you're not following us on Instagram or TikTok, please help us out. Follow our page. It does help out. All right, guys. We want to end all our episodes with our attitude is gratitude. Without you, there is no us. 1 second right here, Brian. How do HELOCs work? So if you have if I did cash out refi 2020, would you be able to still do a HELOC? Yes, you can still do a HELOC. All right, hopefully that helps you out. Guys, if you do have more questions, give us a call, 714-790-9697, or you can always message us directly, okay? Through Facebook, through YouTube, you got to email us, info@whatsamortgage or text us. All right, guys, we want to end all our episodes with our attitude is gratitude. Without you, there is no us. So thank you guys so much and have a great night.
Thank Joffrey for the 200 stars.
Thank you, Joffrey.